Hi everyone, it's Don once again, and I'm here with video number 142. I'm standing here at the end of McNeill Drive by the Southern Oaks Bridge. This road just opened this past week. In this video, we're going to take a look at Middleton, Eastport, and a bunch of other areas that have growth going on here in the villages. So let's get going. Let's start out up at the north end, and we'll look at Blondies and the Cordoba villas that are being built. The Cordoba villas are 26 villas that are being built on the site of the failed Hacienda Hills Country Club. When these villas will be available for sale has yet to be said. However, looking at progress on the construction, as well as the typical construction duration of courtyard villas, we're probably looking at the end of summer for these villas to become available. They've also rebuilt the Hacienda Hills Starter Shack and Pro Shop. This new facility is now open for business. The exterior of Blondies looks to be just about done. There's a pile of debris stacked on one side and some new equipment on the other. Hopefully it won't be too much longer until it opens. Blondies is supposed to be an outdoor bar, and it's trying to follow in the footsteps of what was done down at Sawgrass Grove with the outside bar there. If they put outdoor seating at Blondies, it's going to be an interesting time to see how they handle people that come to the square, occupy a table, and don't buy anything to drink there at Blondies. I see this as a major pitfall for the successfulness of Blondies. The opening date for Blondies, as far as I know, has yet to be announced. Let's take a quick non-profit moment is Hope Service Dogs. They breed, raise, and train service dogs, therapy dogs, and companion dogs for those in need. Doing this takes a lot of time, effort, energy, and money. You can help them by going to hopeservicedogs.org and making a donation to their efforts. I'm going to head south now, down to 466A and Powell Road, that area, and I'll show you what's going on there. The new Home Depot at 466A and Powell Road is now complete, and it's scheduled to open up before the end of the week. The Home Depot will not be golf cart accessible. Why? Because golf cart accessibility is a selling point that the Villages developer uses for its merchants as a draw to bring them in. Who would put in the golf cart path? Certainly not the developer. And I seriously doubt the city of Wildwood or Sumter County is going to spend the money on putting in a golf cart path for two businesses. I'll rotate around and we're going to go over and take a look at Wawa. First I got to dance around this car so I don't fly over it. And then I'll fly over and sit stationary on top of the CVS. As you can see, work has started in earnest on Wawa. They're excavating now. There's also a new hotel being built back behind it. So it'll be a few months before Wawa is open, but obviously they're trying to make inroads in this market. This is the new Mr. Car Wash being built on 466A. Mr. Car Wash is a company that started in Houston, Texas, and is now nationwide, and they have dozens of locations here in Florida. They are very rapidly growing. As you can see by the pictures here, it's a very big facility, so it appears they intend to do quite a bit of volume. I'm sure the folks that own Sweetwater Car Wash just down the street are really enthused with their landlord bringing in direct competition for them. I haven't seen any signs yet indicating that they're hiring people to start work here, so I have no clue as to when this place will open. I thought this shot was a pretty nice view of the growth going on down on 466A. Let's face it, we're not as young as we once were. Climbing those old-fashioned attic stairs to get the Christmas decorations down or to stow those family treasures is just too dangerous. Majic Stairs is the safer alternative. Real steps with safety rails at a safer angle and safety rails in the attic provide the safest attic access available. Having troubles getting things to and from the attic? The Majic Attic Lift can be there to help. Designed by Villages resident Ron Berner, every Majic Stairs and Majic Attic Lift is custom built in their Ocala, Florida factory and installed by their technicians. Why take chances? For less than the cost of one emergency room visit, you can have Majic Stairs installed in your home. Majic Stairs, the safer, more convenient alternative. The green area is where the new Target is supposed to be built. It looks like in the back corner they've started a little bit of work. The parking lot, however, looks very nice and it looks nearly complete. Up ahead, the small building is a for-sale retail building, and you can see the outline of the footprint for Outback Steak. The green lot here is where Ashley Furniture is supposed to be going. As we fly down towards Culver's, we're going to take a look across the street at this lot being built. This is the Fifth Third Bank. There's this one being built, there's one on 466A, and there's one down at Lake Deaton Plaza that's being built. We'll continue our journey to the south now and look at 3 more places that are under construction. This is the Lake Deaton Plaza location for Fifth Third's Bank. Lake Deaton Plaza, just like the other 2 locations, has at least 5 banks already in this plaza. In this green field, next to the other bank over there, is where Dunkin' Donuts is supposed to go. I've been asked a few times what's going on in this lot across the street. This was used as a staging area for the resurfacing work of State Road 44 in the Complete Streets project run by the state. The Complete Streets initiative by the state of Florida is designed to make our streets more accessible to everyone. This is why they've put in so many sidewalks. Unfortunately, they'll probably hardly ever be used. This is the work they've started at Harry and the Natives. This is right next to the Okahumpka Recreation Center. Right now, they're putting up the forms for the foundation, and you can see the rebar that's going to go in the foundation on the left-hand side of the screen. It doesn't look like a lot of work yet. These things take time, but once they start building the walls and the ceiling, this building is going to fly, but it's still going to take several months to build out. Yes, these workers are moving very fast in this video. That's because I flew this at a very low speed, trying to avoid the hanging Spanish moss. And then I just speeded up the footage for this video. There are several pieces of construction equipment here, and the little trailer in the back is the construction manager's office. This is the new area of Richmond that's being built. As you can see, the horizon is kind of curved. This is a special lens that I'm using on this drone. It's an ultra-wide angle lens. Anyway, this is going to be designer homes in the lower section. Last week, during the live broadcast, somebody brought up the subject that this might be veranda homes. I did some checking, and sure enough, the lot minimum size for these homes are the exact same as a designer home. So that pretty much proves that, yes, these are going to be designer homes and veranda homes in this walled section at the north end, and not courtyard villa homes, as I had previously said. The 2 big draws for most people for both courtyard villas and veranda homes are pets and privacy, because both of these types of homes have fenced-in yards. Of course, the big question for many is when will they be available? My best guess, sometime late summer. Black Dog Garage Floors, the best flooring choice for your garage. 3/8 inch thick copolymer interlocking textured tiles made in the USA gives your garage that custom look everyone will love, and all for about the same price or less as those pretty paint jobs. Available in a variety of colors and installs in hours, not days. This tough, easy to clean flooring system is resistant to most solvents, battery acid, gas, oil, and moisture, and even if it does get damaged, it's easily repairable by simply replacing a tile. Black Dog Garage Floors. It's not just another pretty paint job. Let's continue our journey a little farther south, and we'll take a look at Magnolia Plaza and the 2 fire stations under construction. This is Magnolia Plaza, and this is where they're building the CVS. This is very much needed in this section of the community. When will it open? 4, maybe 6 months. I don't know, it's hard to say. It just depends on how aggressive the building crew is and how much overtime they authorize. While Publix here in Magnolia Plaza does fill prescriptions, they just don't have quite the depth of medical supplies that CVS and Walgreens has. This is Fire Station 46 that's being built just down the road from Magnolia Plaza. It's designed to service Finney and the surrounding areas. This fire station will also service several enclaves that are not part of the villages, but that are being serviced by the village's public safety department. This includes the community of Adamsville and the area on the north side of Warm Springs Avenue between 301 and the villages. Some additional turn lanes on Warm Springs Avenue have been added to allow the fire trucks access going in both directions. This is Fire Station 48 being built at the intersection of Marsh Bend Trail and Central Parkway. It's designed to serve this new area of the villages and Middleton. As I was looking around the fire station, I looked in the temporary garage and I saw this little guy, a golf cart fire truck. But as I looked closer, I was quickly humbled, as it's a tribute to the 343 New York City firefighters who gallantly gave their lives during 9/11. While Station 46 is being built with 2 truck bays, this Station 48 is being built with 3 bays to allow it to hold an additional vehicle. Later this year, Station 49, down by the Lake County line just south of Central Parkway, is also scheduled to have construction start on it. Now we're going to move a little bit to our east and look at some of the areas around Eastport that are under construction. This is the north entrance to McNeill Road at Marsh Bend Trail. As we head south, we're starting to fly over the village of Oak Hollow, and in the distance we can see the Woodlands Golf Course still under construction. It still has a long time to go before this one's ready. So it is official now. On May 24th, McNeill Drive opened up between Marsh Bend Trail and Bexley Trail. Of course, now the big discussion is it better to go all the way down the Marsh Bend Trail, or is it better to take the Corbin Trail turnoff to get up to Magnolia Plaza? I don't think it would make much more than about a minute's difference either way you travel. This is the Well Point Postal Station, a neighborhood recreation area still under construction. I was actually very surprised that they did open up this road. Based on the condition of things, I had expected it to be a few more weeks before it actually opened. As we rotate around, we get to see the 2 new sections of homes that are being built. Coming up first is a set of patio villas. 2 weeks ago, in video number 141, these homes were just foundations just starting to be poured. No, I'm not going to do a drive-through of this area. There's already been a dozen of those posted online. 2 weeks ago, I had originally said that these were veranda homes. I think I'm mistaken. These look like cottage villas, cottage homes that also have a fenced-in yard. And I say that for 2 reasons. One, these are framed homes and not the precast homes. But also, there are several distinctive fronts on these homes. One of them is unique to the tide pool model, with its 4 columns and very wide front lanai. So once again, McNeill Road is open to traffic, which makes a lot of people happy so they don't have to run all the way up to the Water Lily Bridge just to get across the turnpike.
Hi, I'm Jeff Monash with Village Air Filters. Are you tired of wasting money on throwaway paper air filters? I can save you money with my lifetime permanent washable air filters. Just buy it once and never buy another air filter again. Rinse it out and then just slide it right back in. My filters are custom made in the US and they have a lifetime warranty. Give me a call at 352-388-1230 or visit my website at villageairfilters.com.
Now we're at the other end of McNeill Drive where it crosses Bexley Trail. And we're going to fly a little bit to our south and take a look at the area that's being constructed here. This is, I believe, Green Grove Hills is the name of the community, and the Meadows Championship Golf Course. The Meadows is scheduled to be a 27-hole championship golf course. There has been a constant parade of dump trucks coming out of this area and moving dirt to a stockpile area farther south. I'll show you that in just a few minutes. It's amazing how much dirt they have actually moved. We're headed northwest again, and we're going to cross over Bexley Trail and fly over the community of Edenfield. This village is still well under construction. They're still putting in underground utilities. You'll see piles of the piping and junctions in several locations in this area. Along the banks of this retention pond, you can see the outlines for several of the greens and sand traps of the Woodlands Golf Course. As we approach McNeill Drive, on the other side of the road, you can see construction has started on the Saint-Tropez Recreation Center and its various amenities. One of the unique features at Saint-Tropez is in the pond on the right. You can see pilings in there. It looks like they're going to build some sort of dock. I don't think it's going to be for RC boat racing, but who knows what they have planned. This is the Laurel Oak 9 Executive Golf Course. It's still several months away from being opened. The sod looks good, but they want to let it grow in and be very strong before it takes the punishment of golfers on it every day. Also, they still don't have the starter shack ready up at the Saint-Tropez Recreation Center, so that's got to be done first also. We'll go up and take another quick look at the area on the south side of Bexley Trail. Now we're down at the north end of Eastport, flying over the Farragut softball fields as we fly up to the Olympia Recreation Center and the new sales office that's being built in Eastport. With its indoor athletic facilities, it appears that the Olympia Recreation Center is going to be the biggest recreation center yet. Central Lake has now been refilled, and the land bridge connecting the northwest side of Sunset Island to the land to the north has been removed. The northwest end of Sunset Island is now a park. It appears to be a nice place to walk and sit, so that will be a very nice addition to this area. The other end of Sunset Island is paved and has seating areas facing the bandstand on the other side of the lake. This opens up a lot of interesting possibilities for use in that area. We'll go back now and take another quick look at the Olympia Recreation Center and the work going on there, and we'll fly over it and we'll get a quick look at the athletic courts also being built. The shape of the parking lot on the north side of the indoor athletic building, as well as the number of doors that can be seen, adds some interesting questions to the mix on how this is going to be designed and how they plan to use it in the future. Now we're flying from the south end of Eastport. This first building is the new Village Golf Cart store that's being built. We'll go back over and we'll get another look at the new sales center that's being built. This is going to be a very big building. As we rotate around, we can see the foundation footings as well as some of the walls going up for some of the many commercial buildings that are being built here in Eastport. This is the location for the recently announced Eastport Hotel. Not a lot of progress happening there yet. Here's a look from the south side of Sunset Island. Another quick look at the Olympia Recreation Center. I'll fly over where the bandstand is going to be. We'll fly down Bar Boulevard for just a few feet, and then we get a look at the new medical facility for Villages Health. We'll hang a right, and we can see the driving range. I went by there this morning. That whole field is now a bright green with sod. We'll fly up here, and we will look at the Bel Air Executive Course. It's starting to look very nice also. Of course, they didn't spare the water or the sand traps. They're still working on these last couple of holes at the southwest corner of Bel Air, right across from the new Fire Station 48. This is the village of Lakeview as we rotate around. We'll fly over the golf course again. It looks like there's going to be plenty of parking at the Eastport Hotel. Now we just need the hotel. There's a whole lot coming to Eastport, and we just have to be patient. It'll probably be another year before it actually opens up.
Are you looking for a garage storage solution for your clutter? Look no further. I'm Steve with A Rack Above. I've created the only freestanding overhead storage rack of its kind. Crafted from high quality extruded aluminum, A Rack Above is super strong, holding up to 2,000 pounds on the shelf. And when you move, take A Rack Above with you. Call Steve at 407-474-1214 or visit arackabove.com for your overhead storage solution today.
We'll move a little bit more to the south now, to the southernmost area that's under development here in the Villages. This is the Saluki Recreation Center. It's a village recreation center, so it's one of the mid-sized ones. And they've got a pool and shuffleboard and all those kinds of things we normally see. But something I noticed here that I hadn't seen at any other village recreation center. They're always at the regional recreation center, and that's the outdoor athletic equipment. So this seems like a departure. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember seeing these pieces of equipment at a village recreation center before. This recreation center is very close to being opened. I took a quick peek in through the door, and I saw an electrician's cart who was working on punch list items. But other than that, the rec center was fully decorated and it looked really nice inside. Of course, it's all about dogs, which is cool. I love dogs. I have 2 of my own. We'll take a look around the backside. Not a lot to see here. And then we see the pickleball courts and tennis courts. The small white building in the parking lot is an ATM machine. They used to have those at all the postal stations, and now they just put them at the Village Recreation Center. I guess they weren't getting enough usage at the postal stations to justify installing them at all these locations. There are two executive golf courses shown here. One of them is called Beautyberry, and I don't remember what the other one is. The road along the left is Bexley Trail. This part is not open yet. This is south of the old 470. These are two executive golf courses that are being built. It's probably a year away at least before they open them up. They're in the villages, it looks like, of Long Prairie, Merrittfield, and Farmstead, which are the three villages on the right-hand side. Here you can see the old County Road 470 that's been rerouted, and now that road is being torn up to make room for the village of Farmstead. As we rotate to the left, coming into view is the village of Water's Edge on the right-hand side now of Bexley Trail. You can see they've already started building some homes here. These are courtyard villas that are being built. The road coming up is Marsh Bend Trail, and on the far side is Shady Brook, and you can see they're building more houses here. We're going to rotate up towards the north. We're going to look at the Shady Brook Neighborhood Recreation Center. It looks to be basically done, so it won't be too much longer until people start using it also. This is the Saluki Recreation Center. We've already taken a look at that. And we'll rotate around to the left again, and we'll see quite a bit of work happening here in Shady Brook. We'll head back to the south now, and we're going to get a long shot of the stockpile yard where all these dump trucks are going, but I'm going to give you another close-up shot here in just a minute. So here's another shot of the stockpile yard. You can see that there's still cattle grazing in the area nearby. And as I use the long lens on the drone to zoom in, we can see the dump trucks are coming in, lining up, dumping their loads, and then the excavators are hauling it up and putting it up in the pile. This pile is about 50 feet high from best I can tell. They move a tremendous amount of dirt in building this community. A lot of this is to level it out, or to dig the retention ponds and make ready for the golf courses. Eventually, this dirt will all get moved back, but for now it's piled here. This is literally thousands of dump trucks full of this dirt that are moved. You want to know what your bond money goes for? This is part of it. The bond money helps pay for this, but not all of it, because some of it's also commercial development, championship golf courses, and the commercial properties. There were piles similar to this in the villages of DeLuna, St. John, Richmond, Marsh Bend, McClure, and Finney. And it happens all the time. They need to move the dirt out of the way so that they can build and then use it again for fill. So when you see the parade of dump trucks, now you know where they're headed. This particular pile is located just to the southeast of the villages of Water's Edge and Shady Brook in what will someday be the village of Long Prairie. I'm going to rotate around a little bit so you can get an idea of the sheer magnitude of the size of this stockpile. This modern-looking building is Boosters and the pro shop for the Shady Brook Championship Golf Course. We're a couple of weeks away from it opening, and there's a lot of interior work going on right now. Shady Brook will be the first of many of the new golf courses to open south of the Turnpike. It will probably be followed quickly by the Laurel Oak Executive Course and the Live Oak Pitch and Putt, and then shortly thereafter by the Bel Air Executive Course. As far as the other championship courses, when they're going to open, and the other two executive courses, it's still a bit far out to see. They're still very young in their construction phases. Are these going to be the last that we see of golf courses? I really don't think so. They've got a lot more planned, that much I know. We'll take a quick high-level flyover now of the front 9 of Shady Brook, and you'll be able to see that the fairways and greens are all coming in. They all look very nice. The warm weather that's come with this spring has really made a huge difference in this golf course. That's the Street of Dreams on the upper left. Also on the upper left is one of the wells and ground level holding facilities for potable water. We'll get a quick look at the Charter High School football stadium as we fly and get ready to turn around. The road here is Landstone Boulevard, and pretty much everything to the right of it that you see on the screen is all part of the family residential area called Middleton. We're looking northwest from the traffic circle that's at the main entrance to the Middleton family community. This is the newest phase of the Middleton community. I believe this is phase 3, and it's being built on the north side of Central Parkway. This clump of trees and just beyond is another one of the neighborhood parks that they're building here in the family community. We'll continue to fly out over this, and eventually this area up ahead is where it's my understanding that an apartment complex will be built, probably someplace along this rectangular retention pond. At the top of the screen is the Gibson wastewater facility. And as we rotate around, we can see the village of Moultrie Creek. Continuing to rotate around, we see Landstone Boulevard once again, and the whole downtown Middleton area and high school. But we'll get to that in just a minute. This is looking north along Middleton Drive as we fly through the middle of downtown. You can see the wide boulevard in the center that they've got a lot of things planned for. All the buildings along the sides. Each has a different architectural style for their facades. As we continue up, we'll look to our right and we'll see this is where a grocery store is scheduled to be. What it's going to be, I don't know yet, but as soon as I find out, I will share that information with you. This is more office space that's going in this section. We'll continue to rotate around and we'll look to the west at even more buildings. Again, lots of commercial space going in here in Middleton. Lots of restaurants are planned, lots of stores. So it should make for a very nice shopping experience for both families and the age-restricted portion of the community. This is the coffee shop. Interestingly, the drive-through is still boarded up, and inside there is nothing built yet. It is still just a shell. I looked in the window. We'll rotate back around. We're going to fly back up the other direction now, down Middleton Boulevard, all the way to the high school again. What an incredible view this is coming down the street, and you see this massive high school building. Architecturally, it's stunning. Like several of the other flights in this video, this was an early morning flight. The skies were a little bit gray and overcast from the recent rains, but it made for perfect flying, with great visibility for the drone. I'm going to rotate to the north a little bit, and we're going to fly down Dr. Randy McNeill Drive, and we can see the various restaurants being built here. This is another commercial building being built, and just beyond it, up against Landstone Boulevard and the traffic circle, this is where the Middleton Hotel will be built. There's lots of parking going in Middleton. If you look on the little map in the corner, pretty much all the black areas are parking. As I fly down to the boathouse, we'll get another look at the commercial properties along Dr. Randy McNeill Drive. This is our final segment of the video. I want to thank everybody for watching. Please support my sponsors. They really do help make these videos possible. I go through a lot of time and expense to make them, and without their help, they just wouldn't happen. As always, I encourage you, find the good things in life. Enjoy life. It's much too short and time is much too precious. As always, have a great day. I'm Don Wiley. Oh yeah, and one more thing. If you're watching this during the premiere, stick around for Gold Wingnut Live, and even if you're not watching it during the premiere, go on over to my channel and pull up the latest episode of Gold Wingnut Live.